Welcome back to another episode of United and Adventures. It's a new episode coming on your way, and thank you so much for the support you have been giving us. We really appreciate for that. It's exactly 5 days to the World Cup 2026 happening in USA, Mexico and Canada, and it's going to be an interesting one because of the biggest or some of the biggest names mentioned in football. It's going to be their last World Cup appearances. Some of them are Cristiano Ronaldo. That is something to keep a close attention on it. The reason why I mentioned that because, of course, he has played for the Manchester United team, and most of the fans really follow him. Would love to know which team or which country are you supporting for the World Cup 2026. You can leave it in the comment section, and we really appreciate for that. Today's episode, we are going to discuss, or we are going to talk about the Manchester United players who have been called out of the squad. And without doing too much, we are going to dive in. As per the Manchester United official website, we have 11 players called for the World Cup 2026, including Casemiro, who is our former player who has just retired or have departed from United in this summer. And he's going to represent Brazil. Something to remember, it's Brazil has won 5 times in this competition, and he's going to be playing along our number 10, that is Matheus Cunha. So some of the fans are going to be keeping a close attention to that, because Brazil can really surprise a lot and has before or formerly been a very, very competitive national team either before. So something to keep an eye for that. Someone else to keep an eye for is our captain Bruno Fernandes, who is going to represent Portugal in this competition. He's going to play along Diego Dalot, and they are going to be playing, but it's not yet known if Diego Dalot is going to be a starter or he's going to be coming from the bench. It's something to keep an eye for that. Someone else to check is Matheus Cunha. Matheus Cunha, who represents Brazil. Some of that caliber, because of his performance in this season. He has to be, most of the Manchester United fans are going to be keeping a close attention to what he can contribute to that team. He has a very huge responsibility, by the way, because he is going to wear number 9 in Brazilian national team. So that is something to keep an eye for. Someone else to keep an eye is our midfielder, Kobbie Mainoo, who is going to be representing England national team. He has been called, and he has really improved for the past months since Carrick came, and he has been in every starting lineup since Carrick came. So he has been a good player since then. And remember, he was benched for a couple of weeks and months by Amorim, our former manager. So he has really earned this collar because he has been really perfect, and he has been very effective in the midfielder, winning balls and in progression football. And that is something else to keep an eye for. Someone else to keep an eye for is our goalkeeper, Sanem Lamens. He has been called by Belgian team to represent them. And remember, he came to represent, or he came to cover for Onana, who was not really doing well in the previous season, because we had struggled for the goalkeeper position since Onana came in, and after he left, Sanem Lamens came and he fitted in that position perfectly, and we have comfortably earned the Champions League qualification. Now we are going to play Champions League in the next season. So credit to Sané Lamens because he has been very, very effective. But he's not going to be a starter for Belgium because Coutinho from Real Madrid, he has always been number one for Belgium. So Sané Lamens has to be in that position just to cover. Probably he's going to have several matches to play. We never know. Someone else to keep an eye is Lisandro Martinez from Argentina. He has the previous World Cup. He didn't start because his position had a really good player, that is Otamendi, but he's that it now. You never know he's going to start now, but he really contributed to a lot of success in Qatar. The previous World Cup that Argentina won. He was a very big contribution factor. So in this one as well, he has called, and he may end up going to be a very contributing factor as well. So it's something else to keep an eye, because Romero from Tottenham, his right is really struggling to be fit. So he may end up cover that position as a central back in Argentina national team. Something else, or someone else to keep an eye, is Ahmad from Ivory Coast. He has been very effective in national team. He has scored, he has contributed, but remember in the previous season of 2025-2026, he was really struggling. He has a difficult season, but because he was not really scoring. But in the national team, he has really been effective. Probably he's going to gather or more confident as he goes by in this competition, and he's going to be very effective in the next season under Carrick. So it's something else to keep an eye, because Ivory Coast can go very far as an African team in this competition in the States. Someone else to keep an eye is Mazraoui from Morocco. It's a matter of keeping an eye if he's going to be a starter or not, but you never know, because he's still improving day in, day out. Someone else to keep an eye is Ugarte from Uruguay. He may end up, I don't know, he has been called, and he's another player to keep an eye. Probably he's going to get more of playing time, and then he's going to get his value up, because he may end up being sold in this summer by the United. So it's a matter of seeing. Probably you're going to keep an eye for that as well in Uruguay. Badildia, from Turkey is another player that's going to represent Turkey in this competition. He has been our goalkeeper as well, and he has been under that position as well. So it's something to keep an eye. Someone else to keep an eye is Fresher from Scotland. He's still a young lad, and he has been called in that position to represent Scotland, and after they had an injury crisis in that position. So it's a good chance for that lad to see how far he can go in the national team as well. So it's something to keep an eye. And as much as all those players have been called, we still have some of them who are very prime. Some of them, 3 of them, that United fan is going to keep an eye for them. One of them is Kobe Mainoo from in England. Someone else to keep an eye is Bruno Fernandes, who is going to represent them in Portugal team. And the last one might be, or will be Matheus Cunha, who is going to be in Brazilian team. So those 3 players are going to be most keep an eye, because those teams can go very far in this competition. Something else to keep an eye is because Bruno is going to play along Cristiano Ronaldo. That he's going to be his last World Cup in this competition. He's going to appear last in this competition. So, and remember, facts. Cristiano Ronaldo is the only player who has scored in 5 editions of World Cup. You can imagine. So he has been really there. So it's something else to keep an eye for that. And something else to keep an eye for is these players, which teams are going to face. If you go to Bruno Fernandes, he's going to be facing different teams, and it's going to be interesting to see how it works. So some of these players, others, Bruno, Matthias Cunha, Dalot, Ahmad, they are in different groups, and some of these groups to keep an eye is Group C. And Group C is includes of Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland. You can remember some of our players are in that group. Another group is Group D, that has USA, Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey. Another group to keep an eye is Group E, that has Germany, Ivory Coast, Ecuador. Those are the teams that are going to be this competition have been will going to be appearing Manchester United players. Another team to keep another group to keep an eye is Group F, that has Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, and Tunisia. Another group to keep an eye is Group H, that has Spain and Saudi Arabia and Uruguay. Uruguay, remember, is because of Ugarte. Another team or another group to watch is Group G, that is going to have Belgium, Egypt, Japan, not Japan, Iran, and New Zealand. So if you go, you can get your time and go check those groups, and some of those groups are the ones we are going to keep an eye, because of the United players are going to be competing or are going to be participating in this group. Thank you so much anyway for the support. We'll catch up for the next, and don't forget to tell us which team or which national team are you supporting in this competition 2026. Thank you so much, and catch up in the next.